Wolf, what is happening in Overwatch?
Absolutely nothing, and that's the issue.
What? What do you mean?
So it's another season, another update. So look, they obviously they switched in the 5v5, and the geniuses at Blizzard didn't get the idea that maybe they need to rebalance the entire game with such a fundamental change. And instead, they're slowly rebalancing each hero slightly. But they promised a rework of Roadhog. He's an off tank. Well, he was an off tank. Now there is no off tank. For the next update, that didn't come. They instead put like a band-aid on it, and they're like, "Oh, the rework's coming later, some other time in the future." And I'm like, why have you guys done this? You've ruined this game.
Oh man. Which is, on the other hand, the newest season 10 of Smite is amazing.
Oh, I bet.
It's so good. It actually runs pretty well. You know, there's not many complaints, and the new items and new god is really sweet.
Actual changes were made.
I know, actual factual changes that impacted things.
Wish that
I already have the new god diamond.
Wow.
I know.
Thuman.
Well, he's really cool. So, yeah. Unfortunate for Overwatch, though.
Indeed. Is it Jesus Christ? Who's the new god?
Surtur, the fire giant.
Wow.
So they took... This whole time, apparently, they bamboozled everyone, and that the fire giant in the Conquest map was Surtur the whole time.
Wow.
Who is one of the characters that brings about Ragnarok for the Norse mythology.
Ah.
And so... Yeah, Fenrir like kills a bunch of gods, and then Surtur like blows up Asgard.
He's had enough.
So that, yeah. So, but he's really cool, and so he's the newest god. I already have him diamond, and it was a good time. You should play with us again.
Wow, one day.
I know, but for now, we'll be talking here about things with episode 60 of You're Ridiculous.
Whoa!
It's a bit of a scuffed intro, but I got there. My name is Luke. I'm one of your hosts. Don't interrupt me. I'm one of your hosts, and with me, as always, is Wolf, who I cannot see.
Oh yeah, I'm invisible this time.
Yeah, you're even more like a locked Lego character.
Can't even preview
now I
me
can't
now.
even see you. I can't even see you at all. Before I could see you with like a ton of lights on, but now it's just there's not even a camera.
Next week.
Unlucky.
Next week.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see about that if the company gets their act together.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, last week we talked about Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
And we did more ridiculous possibilities.
It was a blast.
It was. We had to censor some of it. Too much of a blast. It went a little too ham.
Got too lit.
This week we're gonna be trying something a bit different. Not necessarily a topic within gaming, and well, it is a gaming, but about new games coming out or pop culture. We're going to be taking 2 to 3 Grimm's Fairytales and turning them into video games.
Yeah.
Wolf and I have each picked separate Grimm's Fairytales, and we're going to be describing how we would want to see them adapted into a video game.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be pretty cool.
I only picked 2 in the end.
That's fine. I almost only did 2, but then I found the third one. So, our secondary topic, we're going to be doing a brief discussion on some of the, what do you want to call it? Some of the topics surrounding Hogwarts Legacy.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, some drama maybe is the good word for it.
Yeah.
So some stuff surrounding that. And then lastly, we'll be wrapping it up as always with a question of the week from Rainie.
Yes. A classic.
All right, Wolf. Yeah. What is your first Grimm's fairy tale?
All right, my first fairy tale is Jack and the Beanstalk.
A classic.
Indeed. It would be a horror mystery RPG. For comparisons, you would think Corpse Party and The Witch's House. Both those games are part of the same type of era of like pixel Japanese horror games made in RPG Maker.
That's pretty cool.
Art style wise, I'd want something like Darkwood.
I'm not familiar.
It's like you'll have to look it up. I don't know how to describe it.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah.
As for the synopsis, something's not right above the clouds. What started out as a series of missing objects suddenly escalates into a string of murders with an unknown perpetrator. It's up to you, nobody, to solve this crime and bring the criminal to justice. And the key features, it's from the POV of the giant. There are multiple bad endings, and we'll have boss fights sprinkled within.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
POV of the Giants is cool.
Yeah.
I like that. A nice twist.
They're just minding their own business. They're like, what the fuck's going on? Where's my goose?
Who's this schmuck trying to steal my things?
Exactly.
That seems pretty cool. I'd play it.
Oh, top notch.
Yeah. So I was fast to the draw, and I was able to pick the first one. So I picked Hansel and Gretel, of course.
Stole the best one.
I did. It's pretty obvious where this one's going if you're familiar with the fairy tale. And who isn't, really. This is actually one of the ones that's like, of all the retellings of the Grimm's fairy tales, the retellings really stay true to the original fairy tale.
Yeah, keeps all the cannibalism.
Yeah, it's pretty much the story of Hansel and Gretel is pretty much what they wrote. Which there's quite a few other ones that are not at all the same. But anyways, my game type would be a third-person shooter, actually, and a fantasy action-adventure. You can compare it to Gears of War and God of War mixed with Assassin's Creed.
Wow.
The art style would be fantasy realism, so think God of War, basically.
Yeah.
And then, for mine, I didn't do a synopsis, but my synopsis is sort of mixed in a bit with key features, so I did it slightly different than Wolf, because it made more sense to me. But my key features, there's an overarching overarching narrative of Hansel and Gretel trying to kill the lead witch. You have to kill lower level witches and collect information about them to get to the next one. And all the information you're collecting along the way leads to the lead witch. It's set in the 1800s. You have outfit and weapon customization. And you have different witch types, strengths and weaknesses.
Nice.
And then lastly, you have character differentiation. Gretel is better at ranged weaponry, and Hansel is better at physical combat and martial weapons. You have the ability to swap between the two of them for the most part, whenever you want, but some quests and missions would have you locked to playing a specific character to make it either harder or more thematic.
I like that.
Yep. I didn't think you would expect the third-person shooter.
I did not.
But killing witches sounds pretty fun. So
Indeed. It reminds me of the Gravity Falls game I playtested once. There's Gravity Falls, there's the twins, the brother and sister.
Yeah.
I went through the whole game never using the sister. And when I told them that, they were like, we didn't know that was possible. Because I didn't know how to use her.
Amazing. A real playtester.
Oh, yeah. What would they have done without me?
True.
That's how they found out the final fight was broken, because you're not supposed to be able to beat it without her.
Lucky them. Lucky they hired you.
I know, right? All right,
what's your next one?
My next one, the fairy tale, was The Three Little Pigs.
Is that similar to the story we know of?
Vaguely.
Okay. Okay.
Its game type is an 18+ dating sim.
Okay.
If I were to compare it to something, it'd be like Dandelion, which you can look up. That one's a safe for work game.
I'm familiar with this one.
Oh, nice.
I think you recommended it to me.
I probably did.
Yeah.
And then the synopsis is the big bad wolf is in town, and he's looking to score some curly tail. Lucky for him, this town is full of hot, slutty pigs, and we don't mean the kind in uniform. Get ready to huff, to puff, to blow this whole town.
That's good.
The art style, I'm thinking Hooked on You. That one was really nice visually.
Yeah, no, that one was great.
See it draw some smut in that style. Key
absolutely.
features will be a touching mini game. I don't know if you're familiar with this. It's really popular in dating sims and certain gacha games. Basically, you could touch the character in random spots, and they'll react differently based on like your relationship level with them.
Yeah. I'm familiar.
It'll be fully voice acted, naturally, and it'll also have life management sim aspects like Dandelion.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't like that line about fat pigs or whatever.
Hot, slutty pigs.
Oh man, clearly. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna end it there.
Unfortunately,
That would be too mean and too much. So
too soon.
I can't be censored again. That sounds pretty good though. I'd play it.
Oh wow.
All right. So wait. So how does it differ? How does like the Three Little Pigs story that we know of differ than the Grimm's fairy tale?
Well, for one, the pigs are into the wolf. They're not running from him. They'll still have the three houses. The three houses of, what is it? Hay, stick, and brick.
Yeah.
But they'll throw, yeah.
I see. They want the wolf.
Yeah.
I see. So my next one, another classic, and this is actually the reason we started all this whole one, is because Puss in Boots is the fairy tale I chose.
Yeah, the movie. And the newest movie recently came out.
The newest movie, yeah. It's loosely based off of two different Grimm's fairy tales, one of death and then the Puss in Boots storyline.
Yeah.
But that one, if you actually didn't know, Puss in Boots started as a basic house cat, and then the owner, the three Miller brothers who are millers,
yeah,
gets the father dies, and the father's gift to the youngest son is this house cat, and he's like, well, I don't really want this house cat. I guess I'll just skin him and wear him as mittens. And the cat starts talking randomly. It's like, wait, don't skin me. Give me a nice pair of boots and I'll bring back riches for you.
Oh my
god! And then that's what happened. He got him a tailored pair of boots, and then he went out into the world and saved a prince or saved a king or something like that. I forget what.
I was not aware of this.
Yeah, it's weird. He's just like, yeah, I don't want this cat. I'm gonna skin him and make mittens.
Why mittens?
It's whack. It's weird. Mittens. So, my game type would be an open world action adventure game. Comparisons are basically Breath of the Wild or Skyrim. It would be cell shaded art with watercolors.
Oh.
Very nice, very pretty, aesthetically pleasing.
Indeed.
The key features / synopsis. Puss in Boots is a hitman with the game's primary goal of defeating the evil king that killed your owner, the one who gave you the boots.
The fiend.
It'd be I know, right? It would be a third person game with first person swapping options, so you can play in either person you wanted.
Yeah.
No weapon changes, so you'd always have the rapier that you have in the classic Puss in Boots Disney movie.
Yeah.
Is it Disney or is it Pixar? Or is it both?
Yeah, I think it's both. No.
Okay.
It's DreamWorks.
Oh, you're right. It is DreamWorks. Yeah. Finally, something Disney doesn't own.
True.
So yeah, you'd have your classic rapier sword, because I feel like if it looked like the DreamWorks Puss in Boots, it would attract more people.
True.
However, you can customize your boots and your hat.
Bright pink boots.
There would be no skill tree or visual level up system. The game will progressively get harder the more percentage of the game you complete. The game does lock stuff off though, so you can't just rush to the end and do quests that you aren't supposed to do yet. Basically, it would say, come back when you're ready, or something similar.
Yeah.
And then after completing certain quests, you can learn new moves and attacks as a reward. An early game reward might be a combat dash, while a later game reward might be a pounce attack that chains off of multiple enemies.
Nice.
Something like that. So, that's the game.
I'd play it.
I know, it'd be cool, right? I'd love to slash up some humans as a cat.
Indeed. I'd play it just for the customizable boots.
I would make my hat 300% larger and hot pink boots.
300%.
It's like the Lady Dimitrescu thing where every time you see her hat gets bigger.
Yeah. You're doing combos and you're just a hat flopping across the screen.
That's the kind of hat I want. I want a ginormous sun hat. Oh, that's the game.
Oh,
I'd play it.
love to see it.
Oh, yeah. All right. So you don't have a last one, right?
I do not.
Okay. So I have a quick one. Or not a quick one, but a smaller idea. But I think it's cool. So this fairy tale is based off of The Frog King. And this is pretty much the Princess and the Frog storyline.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's a frog that, when kissed by a princess, turns into a prince. Pretty much.
Yeah.
The game type would be a linear, story-driven adventure puzzle game. Comparisons would be The Last Campfire, which is a fantastic game by an indie company on Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
The art style would be a hand-painted/drawn that starts monochromatic, but the more you complete the game, more color is added until you eventually finish the game in full color.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. That'd be cool. It would only be about 5 or 6 hours. Basically a dungeon crawl without combat, and instead of combat, you're solving puzzles, trying to get to the new area to advance. The frog wants to find the princess that will kiss him and turn him into a king. It would be intensely story-rich with quality voice acting and cutscenes, quote-unquote, like dating sims, where it brings up the character model and then shows their dialogue on screen.
Wow.
Just like Hades or most other dating sims.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hades,
I don't
my
know
favorite dating sim.
Well, yeah, it's Hades or the dating sim. Not Hades the dating sim. Although I would play that.
Fair enough.
I would play Hades
That's
the dating
basically
sim.
boyfriend dungeon.
True. Yeah, except the Hades the dating sim doesn't actually let you save. Something you found out you could do in boyfriend dungeons.
I'll be ready for it then.
You will be. I don't really know what this story-rich game would have, but that's the idea.
Yeah. Definitely
It would
lots
be
of
cool.
frog puns.
A lot of frog puns, a lot of hipping and hopping around.
Hippin' and hoppin'.
Yeah. Hippity hoppity. I'm not
Getting
gonna.
the
Never mind.
boppity.
I'm gonna make one about property, but we're not gonna go there. I'm gonna.
You're all over the place.
I didn't say it. It doesn't have to be censored. It's fine.
We censored one episode. You get out of control.
It's just an excuse for me to get to use the bleep noise more. That's really what I want to do. I just want to censor more things.
You just start throwing in bleeps, even when nothing bad is said.
Yeah. Oh, man. That's pretty cool. I like all our ideas.
Yeah, all solid games.
Game studios, if you want to use these, feel free, but we get royalties on all of them.
True. I feel like the Three Little Pigs one definitely exists in some fashion.
Yeah, go to the 97th page on Steam, and it's probably in there.
But I don't think you'd have to go that far.
37th. It's probably on the 3rd page of Steam.
Yeah, it's on the home page.
If it's a game that actually works and doesn't cause a virus to come on your computer, yeah,
Come on
it's
your computer.
Not come as in that. You freak. I meant as long as it doesn't install a virus. Your mind out of who's got to be censored now?
No.
All right. If any of you listeners out there have cool ideas for Grimm fairy tales that we didn't mention, let us know.
Yeah, we can steal
Also,
it.
did you know there's over 200 plus fairy tales?
What?
Yeah, they have those two brothers wrote a ton.
Jeez, I thought there were 10.
I was looking at the final list or the full list or whatever. There's 150 or 200 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. Most of them are just nonsense or people suck or they're the overarching memo of or message of the fairy tales people suck and everybody's bad.
What a message.
But I know, right? They're just people are terrible and greedy, so Yeah, it's pretty funny though. The quality ones, we picked the quality ones.
Yeah, we fished out the important ones.
Yeah, the Frog King. And skinning my house cat to make mittens. Oh man. All right, well, now we're going to be moving on to talking a little bit about Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
The new and exciting Hogwarts themed video game coming out February 10th.
With 27 whole spells.
Really? That's not many. For how many actually exist in Harry Potter? That's not very many.
Oh, really? There's more? People were saying, that's all there is in the movies, so why would they make more?
Well, yeah, I guess if they're going off the movie, that's probably... I'm surprised there's 27, to be honest. They're not very creative in the movie, but in the actual, like, lore of Harry Potter, there's a ton.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So... yeah, so recently, with more and more information coming out about this game, more drama, for lack of a better word, has been stirred up around it.
Naturally.
Mostly around the creator of Harry Potter, J.K. Rowling. If you're not familiar, she's openly transphobic and a TERF. So that's not great.
Bar's already low.
Yeah. However, and so I'll preface this with, obviously Wolf and I don't support any of that. We're very pro everything.
Yeah.
And so we don't stand J.K. Rowling here. However, I'm a pretty big Harry Potter fan, and Wolf, you're a casual enjoyer?
Vaguely. I know my house.
Sure.
And that's about it.
A very casual enjoyer.
Yeah.
But I, grew up watching the movies and grew up reading the books, so I'm a pretty big fan. Which, the funny part to me is that she's openly transphobic, but the universe and the world she wrote about is not at all. Or at least, it doesn't say that it is.
Right.
And it doesn't give any notice that it isn't either, right? Like, it's obviously quite left out about all that information. However, they have gay characters.
Dumbledore.
And I know that's not this... Right, Dumbledore and Grindelwald, two of the most powerful wizards in the Harry Potter lore. And so it's really just the transphobic topic that she is against, I guess.
Yeah.
Or is transphobic.
Yeah,
but.
the hill she's dying on.
Right, exactly. So it's interesting that she's kind of bigoted in that way. But the main topic that I'm seeing is that if you buy Hogwarts Legacy, you are transphobic and support the transphobic...
Rhetoric.
Yeah. What'd you say?
Rhetoric.
Yeah, rhetoric.
Yeah.
Rhetoric.
No!
Yeah, rhetoric.
Salmon all over again.
It is. Yeah, all that going on. And so the reason I want to talk about this is I don't agree with that saying, because she, as in J.K. Rowling, has very little to do with this project. It's obviously under the Harry Potter universe, and all of it exists within it. So obviously she has some ties to it. But as far as I'm aware, it's just the studio making it are following very closely to the films as far as the lore and everything like that, and the look of it and all that. But she doesn't have a very active hand within this game. She's just like collecting paychecks from it.
Yeah.
So I don't feel that it is worth boycotting this game because it says Harry Potter on it and J.K. Rowling will make money off of it. I think a studio is working very hard on this game to make it look really, really good, and hopefully will succeed in their eyes. And no part about it suggests that there's any ties to transphobia or supporting that rhetoric at all, other than the creator of the lore and the universe is transphobic.
Yeah.
And so I'm curious as to hear your thoughts about this and where you stand.
Yeah, I also agree.
Are you throw up? See, that's the audience. That's how much we hate J.K. Rowling. That's throwing up with the name of it.
I'll be gagging, retching.
Right on cue, Wolf. Nice job.
I was saying was, I've kind of solidly been in the camp that I don't really agree that buying the game supports her or makes you transphobic. And I think a lot. I'm always up with the internet history, internet drama.
Sure.
And I know that this line of thinking comes solely from a tweet she made where she was like, one of her, I guess, ex-fans was like, how's it knowing all your childhood fans hate you now? And J.K. Rowling clapped back like, I don't care because I've got a bunch of money. Which is funny because, one, she has demonstrated she does very much care. She wrote a book, a novel, that is like double the length of a normal novel, just to bitch about how everyone hates that she's transphobic. How she's being swarmed by the Twitter mob and silenced. She was that bothered. But also, I mean, they already cut her a check. We can't undo the popularity of Harry Potter.
Exactly.
It's got a fucking ride at Universal.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not like, what's his face? Who wrote The Hobbit?
J.K. Tolkien.
It's not like with Tolkien, where he wrote out everything about his universe, and then they're following that. They're taking the idea of wizards and using the characters and going from there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. They're just like they're borrowing they're using her IP.
Yeah.
And turning it into something completely different. The funny thing is that it's like people are asking others to boycott this game so you don't support transphobia and stuff like that. However, they probably own her books. They probably watched all her movies. They've already cut, like you said, her all the paychecks that she's, been taking.
Yeah.
So boycotting this game does literally nothing.
Can't unwatch the movies.
Right. She's already made her millions off of it. She's already incredibly famous, and Harry Potter is basically a household name, whether you like it or not. So there's really nothing that... The only thing you're doing is damaging the success of a game studio who has probably been working on this for years.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is uncool. However, as you mentioned Twitter, I looked up tweets, and she commented something... She wrote something about winning against transphobia or whatever, something nonsense.
Yeah.
And one of the comments are, "I wished you a very nice pipe bomb in your mailbox." So that's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Yeah. The other thing that I think is funny, if you want to boycott this game, by all means do so. That is your right. If you feel like it is impactful to do so, then go ahead. However, I'm going to crush that dream for you because if you're doing it on a moral standpoint, then kudos to you. You're stronger than I am. Boycotting it will not make the game succeed or fail. The success of this game will be boiled down to how good of a game it is in regards to how popular it is currently perceived as.
Yeah.
If it holds up, will be its own success or failure, not because of a boycott. Because let's say 1 million people, and that's a very low number, most likely, but 1 million people are going to play this game. 10% to boycott would be 100,000. Let's say 100,000 people have agreed to boycott this game.
Yeah.
Now, those obviously, again, very low. So we're just putting it in numbers that we can do the math for. 100,000 people boycott this game. Of that 100,000, probably only 50%, maybe, will actually boycott the game. So 50,000 people of 1 million, right? So that's already pretty low. And how much of that 50,000 will boycott it for the game's existence?
Yeah, yeah.
Probably 1%. And that's a low percentage, like really low. So we're talking like 500 people of this 50,000 that say, or that have boycott from the start, are going to maintain their boycottingness of it, right?
Yeah.
And so 500 people for the lifetime of this game of 1 million. And now those obviously are way low. It's probably going to be closer to like 3 to 5, maybe even 10 million people play this game. And the amount of people that boycott it throughout its lifespan are probably less than 1%.
And that's not even taking account the people that say they're going to boycott it, but they still talk about it online, and they still watch other playthroughs of it. They just personally didn't pay for the game.
Yeah, they're supporting it through many other means. If Markiplier streams it, or Jacksepticeye or any of the other big streamers, if Ninja plays it,
if Ninja plays it, he's going to kill it.
Well, yeah, maybe you should get Ninja to play it then. Yeah, maybe so. But if some big name streamer, plays it and you watch his streams, that's still supporting the game. It's because he's making, or they, it doesn't have to be a guy.
Yeah.
They're making money off of the game, and you're watching them play it. You're supporting this game.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so unsuccessful to actually boycott this game. Now, all this effort could be put much better and much more constructive ways to bashing J.K. Rowling and everything that she stands for. Try to get whatever she supports taken down.
Yeah.
Or get her censored on Twitter.
Exactly. How has she not been suspended once? I've seen fucking YouTubers get suspended faster just through mass reporting.
Yeah. Put all the efforts that you have in this game that is really just animosity directed at a game studio, and put all that towards J.K. Rowling herself, the woman that's actually the issue.
Indeed. It's so funny. It's almost like a recurring trend of people being fully ready and gung-ho to be to be against specifically a transphobic person. But they don't keep that energy for being pro-trans.
Right. Yeah, that's another thing.
It's just
a good point. If you want to be supportive of the trans community, be supportive of them rather than just bashing the community.
And you got
do something successful and productive for the trans community. Or any positive community.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny on TikTok too. You see people backtracking kind of on the statement that buying the game makes you transphobic. I guess they had enough time to think about it, really, because now it's like, okay, maybe it doesn't make you transphobic, but I still don't like it. It still hurts my feelings. Okay.
Well, GG, you win. I guess I'm not buying it, but it hurts your feelings.
It means you're not a real ally.
Oh no. Oh my. Man, it's so weird the takes people have.
Indeed.
And I guarantee that the popular TikTok videos of saying if you buy you're transphobic, they will not last.
No.
If they're from fans of Harry Potter in general, they'll probably end up just playing the game.
Indeed. And just the act of them talking about it is supporting the game.
Yeah,
that's just how it works.
Advertising the game itself, making that video saying you shouldn't support it is supporting it.
Yeah,
which is the best part.
Companies don't care if you're saying something negative; you're saying something.
Right, it's being talked about. Negative publicity is still publicity.
Yeah. This isn't a Morb situation.
This isn't the original Sonic where we're bullying them. Anyways, I'm glad to hear your thoughts, and I'm glad I'm not insane in thinking the way I think.
Yeah.
Because I see a couple of the videos. I've largely avoided them because I want to be spoiler free going into the game.
Right.
But every once in a while, when I see the tags about transphobia, normally I'll watch those.
Yeah, and I'm not committed, and I listen to the points people posit. It kind of gets in it. It kind of just comes down to that Harry Potter has grown larger than J.K. Rowling.
Oh yeah, for sure. Also, a point that I haven't even brought up yet, but where was all this boycott this, boycott that, when her movies were still being produced.
Yeah, we knew about this at least a couple movies in.
Yeah, I think it really gained insight maybe around the 5th movie.
Yeah.
Maybe the 6th, or like end of 5th, beginning of 6th, somewhere around there. And that's still a lot. There's still a lot of movies left that you could have boycotted.
Yeah. It would have prevented the ride and the game.
Right. Yeah.
And the other two extended movies.
True. Anyways, I think it's, if you're on the fence about it, I think it's totally fine to buy Harry Potter Legacy and support that game and still be a fan of Harry Potter, because the actual world and lore and characters of Harry Potter do not support transphobia or really the hatred of any group based on, gender or identity or anything.
Yeah. It's one thing if she wrote her ideology into the books, but she didn't. Not really.
She really didn't. Yeah, not really. I'm sure there's a little bit here and there, but besides the characters that are like literally evil, most people are pretty accepting and inclusive.
Yeah.
In fact, that's like, Harry's, one of the better characters about saying that you should like accept everybody and everybody has a place.
Yeah.
So you can still enjoy the things that you enjoy and just agree that J.K. Rowling's a cunt. So. And we do.
That's right.
All right. Let us know on Twitter or Instagram, on the YouTube comments, if you have any thoughts about this. Let us know. Let me know if you disagree with me.
Give us the deets.
Yeah, if you disagree with me, I'd love to know why.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you why you're wrong.
As always.
But I will listen to you, and that's important. I probably won't agree with you, but maybe you can change my mind.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll see something I'm missing. So, anyways, Wolf, what is our question of the week?
Oh, this week. Would you cyberpunk yourself? If it was guaranteed 100% safe, would you use embedded chips, metal arms, virtual eyes, etc.?
That was pretty rough. Oh, that sounded like this weird TikTok filter of the dog with the long nose.
Did it do it for you?
Yeah, that one. Oh, man. It took me so long to figure out what that dog was saying.
What'd you think it was saying?
I really didn't know.
Just noise.
I really had no idea. Anyways, you go first.
Absolutely. Oh, man, I'm all about it. That's like my favorite part of Cyberpunk. Just random body mods. I would want, like, I could get heart-shaped eyes. Oh, I do the middle. I do everything. I do just about anything and everything. I'd be more punk than human.
Really?
Yeah. Body mods for days.
Oh, man.
Even if it wasn't safe.
Even if you could go, like, cyber crazy?
Yeah. Worth it.
Man.
For cat ears and hard eyes.
And a tail.
Yeah.
What kind of tail would you get?
Oh, no, probably like a
dragon tail?
Dragon tail, like a cybernetic dragon tail.
I know you too well.
Read me like a book.
I agree. I agree to some extent. I would only do it if it was 100% safe, which this question says it is.
Right.
I wouldn't. So you remember in the Cyberpunk show when I forget his name.
David?
David?
The main character?
Yeah.
Yeah, David.
Yeah, David. When he gets the cyber upgrades, but before he goes like crazy and makes himself humongous.
Yeah.
I would do that. I would do that level, like where he has the Sand Devastan in his back.
Yeah.
And then like the other upgrades to make him like pretty powerful, but not so much where he's like humongous and like look like a freak.
Like a buff, like Maine.
Yeah. Like, yeah, where he's impersonating Maine, cosplaying Maine. So I would go fairly reasonable. Like, I would upgrade arms and legs, eyesight, hearing, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Actually fix my ears.
I didn't even think about that. I was all aesthetic. I'm like, I could have perfect 20/20 vision. But I'm still walking around with glasses with robotic cat ears and a cybernetic arm.
Oh, man. I can 100% accurately meow like a cat now.
You can speak cat.
That's the upgrade I need.
Commune with the felines.
So if your key feature would be a tail, I think I would want like really cool robot eyes.
Ah.
Like really like the Google lens, but for eyeballs.
You can see all and more.
I want like eyes that can be night vision. They have like included sunglasses.
Oh, sunglasses.
I could be like, I could zoom with them.
Enhance.
I could take pictures with them. That's what I want.
Your photo taken eyeballs.
It's like, that's what I want.
The ethics team is so going mad.
I could record with them. I get so much trouble with them too.
Oh yeah, you can go to Beyonce's concert and record and she'll never know.
I could see up her skirt. It'd be great. I could sell my videos online.
You'd be rich.
Yeah. Oh, Beyonce beware. When cybernetic enhancements come out, I'm coming to you. coming to your concert, Beyonce.
Oh, you're crossing the seas on foot.
Yeah, I'm gonna cross them like Roadrunner and just run across water. Oh man. All right, audience, let us know what cybernetic enhancements you would want, or if you wouldn't want any.
Yeah, if you're lame.
If you want to be a lame pleb, be my guest.
Yeah.
Wolf, take it away.
I'm Wolf, taking things away. Thank you for watching episode 60 of You're Ridiculous.
Wow.
If you liked all that, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. And be sure to hit the bell so you get notified of the next episode. If you're watching on a podcast website, be sure to hit the plus button and give us 5 stars to support the show. You can follow us across the internet, the main cast at ridiculous_cast on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Lucas on his man at 7angry wasps with an E, and you can follow me at Rainbow Does without the W. We hope to see you guys all again next week. Until then, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.